separation and purification of organic compounds are skills that every person from STEM must master. It is a lab procedure that can be used in biology, chemistry, and in medicine. The materials you'll need are the Bunsen burner, iron stand, iron ring, iron clamp, mortar and pestle, small beaker, large beaker, test tubes in a rack, evaporating dish, glass funnel, Whatman paper number 1, and leaves. The reagents needed are distilled water, benzoic acid, brown sugar, ethanol, bone black, Na2SO4, barium chloride, aqueous iodine solution, methylene chloride, acetone, cyclohexane, methylene blue, and methyl orange. You can get these materials at the assigned group at the front of the classroom. To start, we must follow the laboratory safety protocol. First, we must wear our lab coats, then our gloves, our gas masks, and goggles if needed. Now, we're ready to take on the experiment. For the procedures, we'll start with the steps for dissolution and filtration. Step 1. Mix 0.5 grams of benzoic acid and 0.5 grams of brown sugar in a mortar. Divide in 2 equal portions. Step 2. Transfer 1 portion to a test tube and add 1 milliliter of ethanol. Shake well and decant the liquid to a beaker. Step 3. Place the other portion into another test tube and add 1 milliliter of distilled water. Shake well and filter through a funnel with filter paper. Step 4. Examine the residues and record your observations in each step. Next is the crystallization and chlorization. Step 1. Mix 1 gram benzoic acid and 1 gram brown sugar in a mortar. Transfer the mixture into a beaker. Step 2. Add 20 milliliter of water, heat, and stir. Step 3. Once the mixture is fully dissolved in water, add a pinch of bone black and boil for 5 minutes. Step 4. Filter the mixture while hot using filter paper. Step 5. Allow the mixture to cool by placing the beaker in a pan with tap water bath. Record your observations from each step. Here are the procedures for sublimation. Step 1. Grind and mix 1 gram of benzoic acid and 0.5 grams of Na2SO4 in an evaporating dish. Step 2. Cover the evaporating dish with a perforated filter paper. Step 3. Place an inverted glass funnel on top of the evaporating dish. The tip of the funnel should be covered with packed moist tissue. Heat the evaporating dish gently until sublimation starts. Step 4. After heating and allowing all evaporation to take place, turn off the burner and cool the evaporating dish. Remove the funnel and collect the crystals that sublimated. Weigh the crystals and determine the percent recovery of the compound. Step 6. To identify the sublimate in the funnel and the residue in the evaporating dish, transfer a small amount of both in separate test tubes. Step 7. Add 2 milliliter of water in both test tubes. Step 8. After noting the solubility in water, add 3 to 5 drops of BaCl2 to both test tubes. Step 9. Take note of each step and record your observations. For the grass or leaves pigment extraction, Step 1. Cut the leaves to small pieces, grind and strain. Step 2. Extract the pigments using ethyl alcohol as solvent. Concentrate the extract by allowing the alcohol to evaporate. Step 3. Using a capillary tube, make a spot on the Whatman paper strip. Make the spot prominent enough and dry. Step 4. Using other solvents that's available, repeat procedures 1 to 5. Step 5. Determine the most suitable solvent for extracting the pigments of your chosen grass or leaf. Last is the paper chromatography. The instructions for the paper chromatography is too long. Just read your pre-data sheets since the procedures for paper chromatography is all there. Enjoy this montage showing the events in this particular step. That was a long experiment. Some groups broke some beakers and test tubes. A certain chemical smelled so bad, we had to leave the room. But it taught us how to separate mixtures. At the end of the day, it's a learning that we'll all need in the future.